engaging the lower back, opening through the heart center. Finding that lift, sitting back, feeling the toes peeling off the floor, sending the weight to the hips, opening, sitting down. Reaching out, opening through the spine, exhaling down, letting the head go. And doing that again, separating the heels, hands together, inhaling back, sitting in, hands can be separate or together. And then drawing the hands to the heart, tucking that left elbow onto the side, and reaching, lengthening. Spiraling that belly again. If you feel like you'd like to try more balance in the lunge, picking up that left leg, sending it back, toes on the floor, heel up. Opening, spiraling, breathing here. Coming back to the center, same way you went in. And finding that center, inhaling up, just allowing the lungs to regulate there. Exhaling over to the other side, hooking the right elbow, opening, lengthening. And then going ahead, taking that right leg back. Finding the balance, opening through the twist. And returning back to the center, finding that connection. Inhaling, opening the arms up, opening, nice swan dive, exhaling down. Lengthening through, exhaling, stepping back, finding chaturanga, opening through the heart, finding those elbows bent, exhaling back. Reaching up with the right. And going ahead and drawing the knee in for a lunge. And finding, spiraling out. Same thing, we were doing this just before. We're doing a lot of twists today. Lengthening out, reaching up with the right. And if you'd like to spiral it back, do a little bit more. Inhaling back. Exhaling back. Lifting up through the left, drawing the knee in. Placing the block on the inner part of the foot. Finding that reverse spiral. And if you like to take a more fine, lengthening through the back of the leg, reaching up, exhaling back down, and cycling through, hovering, inhaling, opening, exhaling back. Couple breaths here. Tucking the toes, looking forward, stepping or jumping, lengthening, exhaling down. Reverse swan dive. Exhaling to Anjali Mudra, finding that openness in the heart. And one more time, Utkatasana. Exhaling down, sitting back. And finding a little more of an awkward pose here. And then we're going to go ahead and shift onto the toes. Shifting down toward the earth. Sitting onto the heels, letting the knees level out toward the floor. Dropping the shoulders. Finding that rest and that balance there. And going ahead and doing the same thing, lifting back up, pressing into the toes, arms out to the side, exhaling down. And going ahead and finding tree pose. So whichever modification or variation you like to try, foot into the ankle, avoiding the knee joint, coming up to the inner thigh, or going ahead and doing kind of a half lotus here. So being always careful of the knees and the hips at this point. So wherever you are, finding that drishti, that balance, that soft focus. It's a focus, but it's also trying to let go of outcome or expectation. Drawing the hands up to the sky, growing some branches, dropping the shoulders down. Feeling that freedom in the pose. And taking some circles, just noticing the breath. Inhale and exhaling out. And inhaling. And exhaling out. And coming back to that half prayer position. Dropping back down, coming back to tree pose. So back to the ankle, not onto the inner area of the knee. Finding that openness. So maybe this time it'll be on the inner thigh. One hand or two hands. Soft focus. Imagining that you can take a snapshot of yourself, seeing the whole pose. It's less of a performance photo, it's more of how big are you? What's the sphere around your body as you stand there? Imagining that we're bigger than just this room. We can extend the arms out, extending those tree branches beyond the wall, beyond the ceiling, beyond the sky. Rooting the toes, but allowing the toes to not grip. So lots of opposites here. Up to the sky, down to the earth, not gripping, not focusing, but balancing. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Finding a circle. Meditation with that. Inhale. Exhaling out. Drawing it in. Finding the grace and the dignity of any pose, no matter what it looks like. Of course, we want to find that alignment and that health in the pose. And reaching out and back to the heart. Exhaling down. And just taking two more poses from this standing point. We'll go ahead and do triangle, stepping out with the left foot, and the right toes are in at a 45-degree angle. Sending the hips out. So the heels, the heel can be in line with the other heel. Sometimes we take that heel in the mid part of the arch of the foot. And if you're really off balance, then taking a wider stance. There are possibilities here. So reaching out, finding those hips going over toward the right side. Ultimately, we want to spiral the belly on the axis so that it's opening, just like we've been doing in all of the twists today. Reaching out. Exhaling down. Having the hand on the leg, or you can find a block. Opening here. Feeling those hips still shifting. Reaching the arms. If you have high blood pressure, then not looking up, going ahead and either looking down or just straight ahead. Finding that line from the sky all the way down through the heart, through the other hand. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Leading back with that hand. Coming back. And then going for half moon. I'm going to just adjust. Normally we wouldn't move at that point. But reaching forward and going ahead and bending that left knee, going into half moon. So if you have a block handy, it's in front, right underneath the shoulder. Placing the hand on the hip, extending out from the right heel. Lifting up through that right shoulder, drawing the shoulder back. And if you'd like to, experiment with not touching the earth. What does that balance feel like? Flying like a bird, using physics to just float over. Back out. bending the knee and finding your footing and exhaling down. Going ahead and doing that on the other side. We'll go ahead and just shift to the other side, finding triangle and then half moon pose. So this time sending the hips over to the back part. So if you're looking at me, then it would be to the right, to your right. Reaching out, lengthening, exhaling down. Hand might even be a little bit below on the shin, reaching up. Sometimes we can even have hands here, just depending, getting that side body stretch. That's really what we want. Reaching out, exhaling down, using the block. We like to try that, widening the stance. Looking up or not. Just feeling that lengthening along the groin muscles here. And then going ahead and finding your half moon, reaching out, flexing the foot, the toes, finding that stability, that place of quiet, even if we're flopping, reaching up, opening through the hips, flying, engaging here. And this time, if you want to take your flying hand, see how that works. And hand to the heart. Fly a bit more. And reaching down, engaging, flexing, coming back the same way you went into it. Coming back to the center. And one more forward fold, finding that stability there, engaging in the breath. Drawing the toes in, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling with the hands on the hips, coming forward, bending the knees as much as you need to. And placing the hands on the floor or block. The hands on a block. They could be in the middle, they could be here, or in the lower parts. Finding the hands in line with the feet, bending the elbows, lengthening. Each breath, feeling the spine lengthening down, rolling the weight toward the toes. Shoulders away from the ears. And drawing the hands behind you. Palms down, drawing back. Coming back to the center. One hand to the hip, then the other hand, inhaling, exhaling, coming back up. Reaching the arms out to the side, dropping the shoulders down, interlacing the fingers. Elbows can be wide, meaning they can be bent, and the palms can be open, wide this way. Or you can choose to have more intense, a clasp with the fingers out and the palms together and the arms straight. So several different options there. So opening through the heart, exhaling, dropping down through the shoulders. You feel like playing with the palms, reaching out. Even move into reverse prayer position, lengthening down, shoulders away. Inhaling through prayer, or if your arms are interlaced, then hands are interlaced and leaving it there. Exhaling, inhaling out, stepping to the left, inhaling, arms overhead, exhaling down. So going ahead and taking it down to the floor. Finding Dandasana, staff pose. flexing through the feet, feeling the whole under part of the leg, that everything is engaged from the calf all the way up to the hamstrings here. Lengthening up, rolling the shoulders back, bending the elbows as much as you need to. If you want a little more, this opening, this heart opening, kind of a yang posture, lengthening, drawing the fingers along the floor, opening up through the chest, trying to round out the back or keeping it lengthened. Opening here for 3, 2, 1, and then going ahead and finding it more yin pose. We have this bright, energetic yang pose, really fully engaged, and then finding a yin pose, going more internal, quiet, lengthening through the muscles. Exhaling, dropping the head. Staying there and allowing the breath to fill the belly, allowing the muscles to start to relax. This is the whole point of yoga, is to do all these postures to get to the point where we can have restorative shavasana. We can have meditation and a more clear mind, getting away from the monkey mind. So just taking a few more breaths and checking out what it feels like, kind of extension is going on along the muscles, the skin, the fascia even, extending out there.